Thinking. Alright, I need to help this professor create 10 authentic assessment tasks for his sociology course on classical theories. The tasks should be project-based, allowing students to choose two, and they need to showcase different skills and multiple intelligences. The professor mentioned using AI is okay, but the work must show independent thinking. Let me start by recalling the main classical sociological theories: Marx, Durkheim, Weber, maybe Simmel, Kant. Each task should connect to these theories. First, I should consider different types of intelligences: linguistic, logical mathematical, spatial, bodily kinesthetic, musical, interpersonal, intrapersonal, naturalistic. The tasks should tap into these. Also, varied skills like research, analysis, creativity, presentation, collaboration, etc. Let me brainstorm some ideas. Maybe a podcast episode analyzing current events through a theorist's lens that's linguistic and maybe musical if they include sound. A visual infographic for spatial intelligence. A role-play debate for interpersonal and bodily kinesthetic. A statistical analysis for logical mathematical. An autobiographical reflection for intrapersonal. A community survey applying Durkheim's concepts, which is interpersonal. A documentary short film combining spatial and musical. A creative writing piece, maybe a short story, using Weber's ideas. A social media campaign for Marx's theory, which is interpersonal and linguistic. A comparative analysis of a natural environment through a sociological lens for naturalistic intelligence. Wait, that's 10. Let me check each one against the intelligences and skills. Each task should align with a different intelligence. Let me list them. 1. Podcast, linguistic/musical. 2. Infographic, spatial. 3. Role-play debate, interpersonal/bodily kinesthetic. 4. Statistical analysis, logical mathematical. 5. Autobiography, intrapersonal. 6. Community survey, interpersonal/logical. 7. Documentary, spatial/musical. 8. Short story, linguistic. 9. Social media campaign, interpersonal/linguistic. 10. Comparative analysis, naturalistic. Some might overlap. For example, the documentary uses spatial and maybe musical. The social media campaign is both interpersonal and linguistic. The professor wants each task to require different skills. Maybe adjust some to ensure coverage. Perhaps the community survey could involve data collection, logical, and interpersonal. The role play is definitely interpersonal and bodily. The autobiography is intrapersonal. The statistical is logical. Infographic is spatial. Podcast is linguistic/musical. Documentary is spatial/musical. Short story is linguistic. Social media is linguistic/interpersonal. Comparative analysis is naturalistic. That covers all 8 intelligences. Now, ensuring that each task is project-based and allows for authentic assessment. They need to present these in a symposium. Also, the tasks should require different skills. For example, the podcast involves research, scriptwriting, audio editing. The infographic is design and data visualization. Role play is performance and argumentation. Statistical analysis is data handling. Autobiography is reflective writing. Community survey is fieldwork and analysis. Documentary is video production. Short story is creative writing. Social media campaign is strategic communication. Comparative analysis is observational and analytical. I need to make sure each task explicitly connects to classical theories. For example, the podcast could compare Marx's theory to a current labor issue. The infographic could explain Durkheim's concepts visually. The role-play debate might have students take on roles of different theorists discussing a modern problem. The statistical analysis could look at suicide rates in line with Durkheim's study. The autobiography would apply Mead's theory of self. The community survey might examine social integration as per Durkheim. The documentary could show Weber's rationalization in institutions. The short story might explore Verstehen through a character's experience. The social media campaign could promote class consciousness as per Marx. The comparative analysis might look at Simmel's urban versus rural life. Also, each task should require students to demonstrate understanding through application, not just regurgitation. They need to show they can use the theories to analyze real or hypothetical situations. The use of AI is allowed, but the final product must reflect their own thinking. Maybe include a reflective component where students explain their process and how they ensured original thought. Let me structure each task with a title, required theory, task description, skills/intelligences, and a note on AI use. That should make each task clear and align with the course objectives. Double-checking that all classical theorists are covered: Marx, Durkheim, Weber, Simmel, Mead. Maybe include Kant or others if needed, but the main ones are there. Each task should specify which theory it's based on. Alright, compiling these into 10 distinct tasks now.